Voting for the new DA leader will resume today. Delegates will choose between current leader and MP John Steenhuisen and former city of Johannesburg Mayor Dr. Mpho Phalatse. Let's cross to Samkele Maseko at the Galagara Estate in Midrand. Samkele, what's been happening since the last time we spoke? I believe people were going in to vote in there, those that had not voted electronically.
Those whom had not voted electronically are voting manually inside, and also those delegates have also come in to register for the second day of the DA Congress, which has essentially begun its second day this morning with registration taking place and voting from 6 o'clock this morning. It is now at 8 o'clock. Registration is about to close as it's 8:05 for the last day of the DA Congress. Majority of the delegates have now voted, most voted online, others voted electronically. But one of the key issues is that once the leader is declared, the DA will be making certain important pronouncements later on today. But I am now going to speak to the leader of the DA in Gauteng and also to Mayor Marlene van Staden of Modimolle local municipality. Mr. Msimanga, ladies first. Let's be a gentleman. Ladies first. Joking. Mayor, just the essence. Good morning. Your municipality, what's transpiring? What are some of the key transformations that you are bringing to the municipality of Modimolle and you've been doing thus far?
Yes, so I think things are going very well at our municipality. Our political stability has been there since 2021, and I think one of the major things that we've done recently is we started retarring roads, making sure we fix our streets, potholes, re-graveling in the gravel roads. Also, we've recently installed LED lights, more than 447, and we're going to install another 500 over the next few months. We're making sure that we really invest in water and sanitation. And I definitely don't think we're perfect yet, but we've recently changed the vision of the municipality to say we want to be a leading municipality in Limpopo, and we want to show people that we can be the best, and we're striving to really be that municipality that people look up to in Limpopo.
When you look at the issue of these LED lights, what are some of the key takeaways with the pronouncement that I saw on your Facebook page? You spoke about these LED lights. What are some of the key fruits that the municipality and the residents will benefit from them?
Well, the first is that it makes our communities much safer if we've lit up the whole town, because then we have less criminal activity and we have less problems with vandalism on infrastructure. But it also decreases the expenditure of the amount of electricity we use by 60%. So that was one of the key drivers why we said we wanted to change all of our high mast and street lights to make sure that we use less electricity, especially during peak times.
When you look at the DA's program and offering for the 2024 general elections, what are some of your key takeaways, and who do you think will best represent and be the face of the DA going towards that all-important election? You're saying that you could possibly be electing, as we speak now, the future president of the country in 2024.
Absolutely. I think what is important for me is the Democratic Alliance needs a leader that can make sure we increase the number of voters, that we as a party are attractive to people that are currently looking for a political home, and that we make sure that we drive clearly to our voters what is our policy, what is it that we stand for. They don't need to wonder about it. They need to see the DA and they need to know what do we stand for. So I definitely think, and I'm supporting John Steenhuisen all the way, that he'll be that leader that can take us into the 2024 election.
Why are you not supporting a fellow woman?
Well, I get on very well with Dr. Mpho Phalatse, but for me it feels like she's not really gone through the ranks of the party yet. And John is experienced, and I feel we need stability going into the 2024 elections.
Thank you very much, Mayor Marlene van Staden. That was the Mayor of Modimolle local municipality. I'm now going to bring in Mr. Soli Msimanga, who is the leader of the Democratic Alliance in Gauteng. Mr. Msimanga, gearing up to 2024, Gauteng, there's not going to be an outright winner. What are your plans as the incumbent provincial leader of the province?
Well, thank you very much, Samkelo. One of the reasons why I've decided that I'm not going to stand at a national level, even though I have been lobbied, is that we wanted to focus in Gauteng. One of the things that we have started doing beginning of the year, we started putting our Ready to Govern document together, which will then later on culminate into our manifesto that we will then be ready to present, to the people of Gauteng, and hope that, that will be a plan that they can really have confidence in and then be able to then support. So that's the plan that we have here. So we will be starting in the next month and a half with our selection processes for the premier candidate in Gauteng, and later on in the year we will also have our provincial congress. So there's a lot of work that we are doing here in Gauteng in the build-up to next year. So we're very excited about what is happening here.
Are you contemplating once again being the premier candidate for the Democratic Alliance in Gauteng?
Well, I'm busy now, as I've said, as the leader of the province and also as the leader of the official opposition in the legislature. We have been working very, very hard. I think there's a lot that me and the team that I'm working with will be able to then pull and put together, as an offer for next year. So yeah, I am going to have my name in for the running.
Let me put you up against one another, respectfully.
Never.
Mayor, when are you coming to Gauteng to teach this former mayor here of Tshwane and all the others who came after him how to practically and to govern effectively?
Some killer, you are being naughty, eh? Look, the fact is that you can do so much more with the city when, firstly, you have a full majority. You don't rely on a lot of other smaller parties, lots of big egos, lots of ulterior motives and hidden agendas. Secondly, when your finances are in order. Now, it takes a long time to get these metros out of the financial hole that they are in here in Gauteng. It will take years. And you've got to gently and slowly climb your way out of that financial difficulty. So I'm afraid that even if you have to be honest with voters, it will take a long time to turn these metros around. It just will, because of the way that they have been financially mismanaged over many, many years.
So, Msimanga, just the essence, what truly broke down and went wrong in the successive coalition governments in Tshwane, particularly dating it back from when you still had a relationship with the EFF?
Well, look, I mean, a number of things. One is that, when you have an on and off relationship where people, are with you, and tomorrow when they wake up and feel like, I'm not with you, but not giving you genuine reasons why they cannot be with you, then you would not have stability. And this is why we worked hard to make sure that we don't have to rely on the EFF in Tshwane, post the 2016 period. And we got to the 2021, and now we do have a majority that doesn't include the ANC or the EFF in it, so we do have other parties. Initially, there had been issues about, the jostling for positions, and we have now come around and said, look, Tshwane realistically is the only metro right now that we have that we can put a coalition together that is a majority coalition that can really stand, for the rest of the term. And I think all the coalitions now are working up to that effect, and then they're working very, very hard and together to make sure that we don't have the instability that we have experienced before.
Mayor, when you look at the issue of the DA's track record, you've always sold yourself on a ticket of good and clean governance. But you come to Gauteng. Gauteng is a total opposite picture from what you are seeing in the Western Cape. Go to Ekurhuleni, for example, the municipality could not even collect refuse. Go to Johannesburg, could not even pay suppliers. Go to Tshwane, it's in a deplorable state. A far cry from the Western Cape and, for instance, city of Cape Town.
This is what I'm saying, Samkelo, you've got a long way to go to fix these cities. I've driven around Johannesburg, and because I'm the mayor, I hardly ever travel anymore. This is my first time in Joburg since I was elected, and I'm shocked by the state of things. But I do know that it takes time to turn around these basics. When you look at the budgets, for me it all starts and ends with a budget. When you're spending 50% of your city's budget on salaries, you're not going to be able to fix basic service delivery because there's no money to put into roads, there's no money to put into sewage, there's no money to fix electricity infrastructure. So you've to right-size these budgets, to claw your way out of these financial holes takes a long time. Unfortunately, there is no shortcut. That's why what the city of Tshwane has been doing, going and disconnecting big customers who owe them a lot of money, is fantastic. We've got to have a payment culture in South Africa. We cannot fix service delivery without a payment culture. And people sometimes criticize the city of Cape Town or Western Cape municipalities for taking a tough line on payment of municipal debt. But the reason we do that is because we have now built up a payment culture, and we've got money to spend on basic service delivery for everyone, particularly in poorest communities.
Thank you very much. Mr. Msimanga, in short, are you going to be hands-on when it comes to the Tshwane coalition arrangement this time around, and clearly having strong oversight?
Well, we will have an oversight in terms of what is happening, but we have full confidence in Celia Brink and also in the coalition partners and also the management that has been put, locally on the ground. So, we are not going to be interfering in the running of government, but we will be paying on oversight in terms terms of what they do and then the services that they are going to be providing to the residents of Tshwane.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. That is Msimanga, who is the leader of the Democratic Alliance in Gauteng, and Mayor David Mayer, who is the mayor in the city of Cape Town.